你好，听到你有信号。
Attention, attention.
I'm sorry. I forgot.
Startle you.
Good morning, by the way.
Not my intention.
Checking in from
Startle you.
2033, and it appears everyone is speaking Chinese.
Just a quick PSA. That phone that we all carry with us 24 hours a day, that is a portal into another
听到必等呀，
dimension existence.
请来给我
To realize this, right?
听到。
It is ran by artificial intelligence combined with your input and
I
output.
believe I just ordered a #1 Big Mac with
Tabs
no onions,
that you can make
extra.
on a screen.
secret sauce, and they informed me that they no
And
longer
also by using a very
have the secret sauce
usually not hostile at all word
because the Hamburglar took it with him.
that is something that is absolutely detrimental.
Now they are trying to reverse engineer
They can tailor
this
for every
fancy secret sauce,
they can probably predict.
and they are getting closer by the day. So I suggest we really get on our shit
Magnolias.
Five click a little-
do everything we
five
can
link clicks later.
to prevent
Link clicks later. Try
this
saying
red
that.
dragon
Link clicks later. Link
from
clicks
overtaking.
later. Don't mind me.
And guys, I'm telling you, they are dominating
Should've
the year
said that already
2033.
to get you to second guess and to think about some
Were
things.
those wandering Jews?
Yes, your phone is a
They
piece
just
of
it has so
technology
many
that
people.
can transport you
know,
almost
and-
instantaneously to another dimension.
Seeing as though the West is actively trying to kill off as many, not only white people,
A
but
meta.
Reminds me of
all races of the species,
Which what I believe it to be a
species,
literal energy, intellectual property,
black, white, Asian, Mexican, man, they really don't care.
Mind, collective,
They want
but at
submission
the same time also
and they
independent,
want
conscious
domination.
of one another. So that's kind of weird. I don't know, I don't know where that comes from, but
I am I'm a little perturbed,
yeah, quick PSA.
if we're being honest.
I don't want to get into much of it, but
Because this is the same type of stuff that was going on around
this shit's gonna
1934.
get pretty wild, guys. So I'm just gonna
35.
until I actually have some. Actually, it doesn't really even matter. I don't
With the
back.
Jewish Nazi collaboration
I'll just
in which they were attempting to
showing
create
up
their
here
own
at noon
currency.
every day, like
because
Will Smith.
Germany was having such issues on the home front with their economy, their unemployment,
Noon 30.
just general
Plus
debauchery
30 minutes.
all around.
Depending on how difficult.
And
zombie
I
apocalypse
believe this
treating me that day.
Mr. Adolfo Hitlerio
Don't fucking touch my bacon.
was doing everything in his power to appease the
And
tenants
movie
who
Bowers. Some kind
just
of
moved in,
pandemic.
you know.
Oh shit. Yeah, that was
took shit over
my bad.
from behind the scenes.
Don't
You know,
mark that against me, Susan.
control
That's my
a
third strike
nation's
on the
currency and you control the population. It's pretty simple.
Third strike.
And whenever this
Five,
collaboration
five,
of currency and
You go away.
thought, religion, freedom
3 strikes. You're out
was
of
going
the fucking ball game.
too well
Until
for everyone,
stealth.
they go and start a
Equip another
economic war,
distant relative
which
of Perry, Barry, or
went
Larry,
tit
or
for
Jerry.
tat, for titty, for tatty, until that straw broke that fat ass camel's back. And I think we all know, I hope we know, anyways, how one of the allegedly most horrific and heinous crimes against humanity, the initiation of the hollow socks,
You know, it's fun. It's kind of kinky, you know, mysterious. Like, ooh, like what's gonna happen next? But after the past 3 or 4
which is connected to the hollow dome
curveballs
or
thrown have really
in which many people could not rollerblade properly because they were starving to death. It's all connected. It goes back much further than you can imagine. The other instance of this is, of course, King Constantine.
you're just fuck.
The Quasarian.
People are still arguing about whether or not the Earth is fucking flat.
I'm sorry, the how do you say that? Quasarian?
Arguing about the moon.
Quasarian? Quasarian?
Just
That might be it.
establishing
Don't take my word for it.
foundationally what the fuck
You
the
probably
moon
should.
is. It's composed of.
I'm the only one telling you the truth right now. Everyone else is lying.
Can visibly
They are lying to you
observe it being
and taking
Very
your
round.
money.
some might even say spherical.
Am I surprised at this? Absolutely not. It is quite a
But yet,
shock to
it's
your
the only
spirit and your
celestial
soul,
object that
your heart, your mind,
I
and
know
your body
doesn't have
when you find out that not only does CNN, Fox News, MSNBC,
stares at you
RT,
with those beady fucking
BBC, blah blah blah, they are all just another tentacle
all
to
eyes.
the
Mysterious and smitten, teasing.
I don't
what's
like
on
how
the
they
backside.
call it the mockingbird media. They absolutely do mock you, and they do make fun of you, and they do lie to your face. It is more akin to a squid,
Nazis, I mean,
and this motherfucker will happily squirt you in the face with ink. That's not a good squirt. That's a bad squirt. Ink is a deterrent. It does not make you more appealing
Mr. Elon Musk
or attractive.
basic sex
It is the ocean's equivalent of a tar and feathering.
white 9 inches rocket.
Just stop thinking so much about what I am saying and think more about why I am saying it.
Sidewalk.
Yes, my language will definitely throw some curveballs at you, but it's not.
Specific logo.
It has to be spoken
situation, here I was, and I only hear from them if something I am about to produce, make, whether it be a video or something that I have recently written, they only pop up whenever some questions that a lot, I guess you could say, I start teetering on the extremist to have all the answers to yet now and don't nothing, but mind you this also, that these motherfuckers have had me on a domestic schmarrierism watch list since I was 17 years old. Since the days I was perusing the conspiracy forums above Top Secret and Godlike Productions, which was pretty much the main gathering point and dissemination point of extreme amounts of behavioral modification, programming, social engineering, and of course religion. And don't forget aliens. I believe there are multiple types of aliens. There are an ethereal, a spiritual, and it just I'm not going to say has yet to be seen, because I have seen them and I have met them and I have interacted with them. And not only do they look almost identical to us, it's because they can take some genetic material off of a natural born human being and apply it to their own genetic makeup, and they're shapeshifters people. They can take on forms of inanimate objects, animals, birds, humans. And now there are the ethereal, spiritual demons, entities, some might call them, whose basis in your reality is 100% dependent on your belief in them. Whereas if you do not, you just don't believe, you're just a stone cold skeptic, and you're not gonna, your mind will bar you from not only experiencing that, but from discovering that this is an infinite realm, universe, multiverse, whatever you want to call it. The possibilities are infinite. So like Lord Christmas, you're saying that there is a chance. There is always a chance. Now if you go full blown overboard and you start, what's that shit those hippies used to put on those fake tattoos? I forget. Fuck it. If you start seeing a bunch of crystal wearing, I really need to think of that, because that makes my whole joke, and now I'm fuck it, moving on. These can be described as talpas, which again, are created from the power of your own imagination. It is a form of 0-point energy. You are taking your thought, your will, your intention, your creativity to construct and or try to put a picture or a physical description of one of these talpas in your mind. And once you get a clear enough picture of your representation of what that might be, you will start seeing and interacting with it everywhere you go. Mental illness? I don't think so. I've been mentally ill before. I still am, but I used to too. But I have gotten so much of a grasp on my reality and what I perceive to be reality and what they want me to perceive reality as. I have gotten let's just say I've gotten better, and probably the only reason why I am still alive today is because of that. Now, I'm going to get into some of these other, you could say, demonic entities who do not have your good intention at all. You can call it a jinn, you can call it whatever you want, but you can recognize it by its Lokian, trickster, always trying to kill you type. Yeah, I don't know, but that's how they operate. They masquerade as, possibly a being of light, an angel, a guardian. No, they are not. They are there to 100% trip you up and try to get you to make very, very poor decisions. Like, maybe to order a large order of French fries,
Oh, would you look at that?
Distribute
It's the Magnolias.
one fry
Magnolias came in.
to as many people as possible until I run out of fries. Now, they were not successful in their multiple attempts to influence my behavior and my actions, as I fully 100% do believe that we are living in the apocalypse of apocalypses. And we are very nearly coming upon the time of the end of time. In which we can use the bypassing of that physical construct on our imaginative and creative process to either propel ourselves into the fifth dimension, to which we will be reunited with I don't want to say family, but that's kind of the only way that I can. Your tribe, you know, your people. It is your family to a certain degree, not your. I'm not even gonna get into that right now. But anyways, let's just say from my timeline, the CIA was a defunct, de facto, rogue organization that was operating as pretty much kind of like the nomadic Khazarians, Quasi. Really need to work on my pronunciations. But they were steppe nomads, just like the Tartars, just like the Mongols, just like the Khwarezm-Moravian. They all rode their horses. They all utilized the bow and arrow to an extremely effective tool. Now, you can follow this genetic marker back throughout history. Yes, I do have it.
Attention.
Leave it at that. Let's just say. I think you would be quite happy to find out that they really don't like me, at all. So I can assure you, everyone listening, that my allegiances lie only with God and God alone. I operate on God's schedule as much as I try to plan, organize my life to try to get my 3D shit 5G ready. It won't happen. The more you plan, the more God laughs.
It is run by artificial.
And what's really fucked up is that I came on here and
combined with
the intention of
how many
being hilarious, because I have been thinking of some funny
taps
stuff
on a screen.
all day today. And it keeps getting drowned out by all of the background noise
By using a very
from the...
usually not hostile at all.
This is another thing that we need to get into and need more time, but I'm not sure if you guys have noticed yet. I'm sure you have. If you haven't, you need to get your fucking head checked. Because these little devices that I was talking about yesterday, these black cubes that are a portal to a literal another dimension, an inverted as above so below dimension.
Link licks later.
Every click, every decision that you make at this portal will have an equal or opposite effect on the other end. It's taken me many years to learn this, many mistakes, many failures
Piece of technology that can transport you
to learn some of this stuff. But whenever
another verse.
whenever you put all that on the back burner and you try to
Meta.
appease your family who is scared, your friends who no longer are there,
In which would believe it to be a
they've all ran very,
literal
very quickly, very far away from me.
energy,
Don't blame them, I don't,
intellectual property.
because these are some of the mistakes that I had to learn on my own, and it is through those mistakes
Hive mind,
that I learned
collective,
what I know now.
but at the same time also independently conscious.
And 96.3%
I don't know.
of all of that is
Where that comes from, but
has originated from that black cube and the owner operators of all of your data and information and all of your cookies.
yeah, quick PS.
They go cocoa for your cookies.
I don't want to get into much of it.
In which they can literally shape whatever narrative they would like you to follow down without you even knowing it.
This
Yeah,
shit's
they
gonna
thi-
get
you-
pretty wild, guys.
They get you to believe that you are
I'm gonna leave it at that until I actually
A, more special than you really are, B,
actually doesn't really even
if more intelligent than you really are.
know back. I'll just
Pretty much they're showing you an illusionary
here at
version of
day when
what you perceive your own reality to be, what you perceive your own existence to be. And if you make it to a certain point of this
noon
elevating of self-worth and blah blah blah, is whenever they will trigger
depending on how
a multifaceted
the zombie apocalypse is treating me.
Christ trip on you. And depending on whether or not you internalize it or externalize it, meaning if you handle it or you go batshit and you go and order a large french fry,
It's some kind of
will depend on the next step of your
shit.
advancement into,
My bad.
I don't want to put it like this, but their cybernetic
Don't
army
that
of
against me, Susan. That's my third
abused,
strike.
traumatized children who have grown up to be kind of super soldiers of sorts. Now, they didn't need to take us to some
Right.
China Lake base to have us all mind controlled and brainwashed.
By
They have literally
by,
been
you
programming
know,
and brainwashing you since your birth.
3 strikes you're out of the
Your
fucking
birth.
ball game.
The
Until I
food that you are given as a baby, or formula,
another
whatever happened to good old fashioned titty milk from your mama.
distant
Hmm?
relative of Perry, Barry, or Larry, or Jerry.
Nowadays, a baby cannot even find a clean titty with clean milk in it because their mother is on 9 different antidepressants, benzos, probably a stimulant of some sort, or has developed a drinking problem.
What the
None of that is on accident, you guys. Everything that is happening and culminating right now is literally by the book, by their book. Now, I do believe that
serious, like, ooh, like, what's gonna happen next? But
they are on their last legs.
past 3 or 4
They know that they cannot stop what is coming, no matter how much they try through cloning, through cybernetics, through fucking whatever, take your pick. Time travel, perhaps. I mean, people, you gotta get in touch with your Marty McFly self, your McFly self, okay? And you gotta make contact. Otherwise, you're gonna continue to be led around like the oh so innocent sheep that your very special King David so happily and willfully shepherded those sheep, and according to their timeline would have young shepherd boy shepherd you right into their slaughterhouse. Now luckily, this King David, as much of a fucking failure as he was in many aspects of his life, he was not a failure in his faith and loyalty to God.
But yet, it's the only celestial object.
You want 100 foreskins? I'll give you 200. Remember that.
Rotation.
Remember that.
It just stares at you with those beady fucking eyes.
And if we're being totally honest,
Being all mysterious and smitten,
it's kind of a miracle that there wasn't
teasing what's on
17 other Bathshebas, if we're being honest. So,
what do you hide?
I think
It's gotta be
this King David deserves a little bit more fucking credibility and respect than what you
I say Nazi.
cretins are giving him. Or, you know, gave him, past tense, whatever.
And which now I'm pretty much getting
Elon Musk, I've got a couple questions for you.
basic sex with the Falcon and not so white.
Get at me.
She's
Oh, and have a good evening. Goodbye.
Pogo was up and down. As if they were a sidewalk. Not hacky sack. Specific pogo. Bushman.